there, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl. I appreciate that you're joining me. This is great. And so I want to thank you for your part in helping this channel grow and making the subscriber number higher. And I'm just thrilled to bits that you guys are doing that for me. And for hopefully the reason you're doing that is that you're receiving great messages from your angel team. And so I always just bring the message through as I receive it, and I don't change it in any way. And so these are general readings, of course. So, you know, some parts of it may not resonate with you, but some parts will. And so you take the part that does, and you leave the rest, and that's how everything is supposed to go. That's perfect, because it is a group reading, right? And so if by chance you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do. I would appreciate it. And we can keep this growing and keep the messages flowing and keep everything, you know, so that the people who need to hear it in that time are the ones who receive it. So thank you. So this is your general angel reading for the week of August 30th through September 5th of 2021. So hang on here, I'll just have a look. Wow, this looks really good. This looks really good. Okay, so number one, stay true to yourself. There's nobody else whose relationship with you is more important than yourself. Yeah, so this is, it almost feels like some of you are going to be asked to do something that really doesn't line up with your own values and your integrity. And so it's up to you to decline to do that. You know, recognize that some of the things are smaller and they don't actually hurt your integrity to do them. And so it's kind of like choosing your battles wisely, right? So the things, though, that truly would damage what you feel and think about yourself, that keeps yourself in your own high regard, those things you need to protect, and you need to make sure that you don't work or do something in opposition to that. So staying true to yourself is your truth, and in your world is the only truth there is. So keeping that, you need to keep that. Let that be a spiritual teacher for you. So what is it? So they're kind of showing me, it's not really a scenario they're showing me, but they're just saying there's an opportunity to learn here about yourself and your own actions and how they affect things. Okay, so it's like, it's almost an eye-opener. It's like you were about to automatically act or react to something, and then something caught your attention about it, and you went, wait a minute, like, I always react that way, but I don't like that. You know, and it's like suddenly you go, I always do that, but it's not in my best interest. I don't like it. I don't want to act like that. I want to be able to speak my own truth, and with assurance, with assertiveness. And so now's your opportunity to learn to do that. And it's totally matching you. It's yours. And so this is your spiritual teacher. Spiritual teacher does not necessarily mean a person, although it can. Like, it's possible there's a person pointing this out to you. But it could just be, you know, something about that makes you go ding, 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 right? And so now is your time to act, to stay true to yourself. Yeah. And don't worry, like, you know, you want to be tactful, you want to be kind always, but you're not a doormat. You have your own very valid thoughts and opinions and values, and so you need to stay within that. It's and you need to do that going forward. Yeah. And that's your spiritual teacher. Yeah. So in turn, they're just showing me that there's people watching you, and not specifically like you're not in a spotlight or anything like that, but people are aware then of you and your the stand that you take, and that gives them permission to make their own stand. That then they then have a lot of respect for you for doing that. Where, if you just kind of go along with whatever was said, even though you really don't agree, then you become invisible. You become just one more drop in the flow. But when you stop and you say, hey, no, I don't think that's going to be working for me. And, you don't have to be rude or any of that stuff. You're still going to be kind, like your angels were already saying. But you're going to stand in your own truth and know, you'll be very confident about that, because you do know that. Even though it was a bit of a surprise to you, or like a wake-up moment, right, for you about your own past behavior, but this is going to just feel so right. That and it feels like you're definitely not alone. Like you're in a group, but maybe not in the crowd, right? Like it's like you do have support, and you are aware of that, and that helps, because it's very difficult to be the first one or the only one with your own point of view. But so you can definitely stand your ground, and you can just be confident, knowing that what you believe is the best thing for you, and therefore you are showing an example to other people, and that is really helping them. And so your angels are showing me that you'll be aware of some of that. You'll know that some of that is being observed, but you won't really have a full idea of the far-reaching state of your confidence. It's awesome. It's really awesome. And so, and okay, you can't make this up. Here's your assertiveness. That you will have to stand your ground. You will have to state your position. You will have to at some point. You can't avoid it forever. You can't stay on the fence forever. But they're just showing me that it's not going to be a calamity or of any sort. There may be a bit of a challenge about it. How does that feel? There may be somebody to question you about it. But the question is not threatening, is how it feels. The question is just like for clarity. Yes. So maintain that. Even if somebody does, or more than one somebody does, come and question you on your position, make sure you stay with your position. So, it might, like when you first encounter this, you will have not yet had the opportunity to fully formulate how to speak your position, right? Because knowing it and being able to speak about it confidently and clearly are two different things, right? So anything that is in your awareness that you think you might have to speak about, really get it clear in your mind. Use a paper and pen, use a journal, and write it down so that you fully understand your own position and how to say it, because that's going to be important. Like I said, it's not going to be threatening, but it will be an important part to be able to be clear about your position. Yes. Okay. And so now here we have, it's kind of sort of a separate topic, but the tendency to want to be a perfectionist. You know, a perfectionist is somebody who thinks that they're doing the right thing all day, every day, and they're working really hard at that. And so for a lot of you, it feels like you've gotten to a point where you think you can do no wrong. You think that you're working this hard and you're examining every single detail, every decision, every action, and you think that you are perfect and everything you're doing is perfect. And your angels are saying, you know, in our eyes, you are definitely perfect. However, your effect on other people, your effect on the world around you is something that you are oblivious to. And so the more you understand that you are not truly perfect in all your actions and reactions, is only to your benefit. Somebody who thinks they're perfect thinks they have nothing left to learn. And we all have so much left to learn. So be aware that there is no weakness in acknowledging that you're not perfect. That seems to be what it comes down to, that you think it's weak to ask for help, or that you think it's weak to need somebody else. None of us are meant to simply live isolated and perfect. I mean, it just doesn't work that way, nor does it feel good. Like, I'm sitting here like kind of with this sore heart on your behalf, right? That's what they're sending me, is this sore heart. It's like I try so hard and still people don't like me, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Now, yeah, you have friends. You do have people who like you. You have people who love you. But it's this perfectionist stance that holds people away. Anybody who's perfect is being judgmental. That's what they're showing me. If you think that you are perfect, then obviously your view of everybody else is that they are imperfect. And so you're sitting there judging them. You're saying, oh, they do that, and that's just awful, and I would never do that. And, get off your high horse. Get off your high horse. You're not having fun up there anyway. So what are you doing? You know, there are safe zones. There are people that you don't know that at this moment in time, they are not important to you. Choose those people in order to go to them for help. And whatever help they offer, be appreciative of it. Because whether you think that's what you wanted or not, maybe it was your communication that was poor that led them to give you that as the help that's offered, right? Which points out that you are not perfect and you have no right to judge them. That is not your job. No, you only can judge yourself. And so allow yourself to receive whatever help is offered, because anything that's offered is more than zero. And appreciate that. Appreciate that they are willing to help you. You are so lucky because you have all those people willing to help you and offering to help you. And so it's a difficult thing sometimes to say, to begin with, to ask for help, but it's sometimes necessary. And it's sometimes even more difficult to let yourself receive the help. It's a different thing than asking for it. Asking has this vibration, receiving has this vibration. And both of them require appreciation of what the other person is doing and is trying to help you with. So appreciation for other people, acknowledging that, oh, well, that maybe that help isn't perfect. Maybe it isn't exactly what you were wanting. It's certainly a step in the right direction. And so acknowledging that other people do have value, and they are right sometimes. You are not always the one who's right. And acknowledging that and being able to say that out loud and being able to apologize for the times that you're not right, those are so important in your personal growth and in your ability to continue learning. So your angels really want you to take that to heart. Okay, and then you've got the power. Once you can acknowledge how you are a member of the collective on earth, and you are just as important as everyone else, and everyone else is just as important as you, then you really step into your own power. Like, it's amazing, the change. Like, I can so see you just growing and going from this little tiny shriveled up, closed person to opening a little at a time, letting yourself connect to other people, letting yourself see how you and they complement each other, and letting that be true of everybody around you, of appreciating all those people. And I can just see you opening and taking deep breaths and relaxing, because it shouldn't be hard, right? Life should be enjoyable. And that's when you've got all the power. Yeah. And so they're just showing me that you're thinking of power as being like, ooh, I'm the big guy, the top guy, and everybody looks to me for leadership, and I'm showing it because I'm perfect. And it's exactly the opposite of that. Having power is being true to yourself. Having power is being humble. Having power is understanding that everyone and everything around you has something to teach you. Yes. And so you are fully capable of attaining this. And it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's see what's one last bit of wisdom. Aha, and here we go. Joy. Life is meant to be joyful. Look around you. See what are all the great things around you. Feel the joy. Feel the appreciation for all the people. Feel fun. They're showing me like frolicking at the beach and having fun and playing and feeling secure and feeling loved. And that brings the joy. And it's not only the receiving and the feeling of the love, it's the giving of the love as well. Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Oh man, you guys, you're awesome. Okay, so let's practice this. Let's use our energy to send to the whole world appreciation. Okay, and I can feel some of you saying, oh, but no, they're not perfect. So how can I appreciate that? Because they exist. You appreciate people because they exist. You appreciate clean water because it's there for you. You appreciate good food because that nourishes you. You appreciate the earth that you walk on because it supports you. You appreciate the people for the connections. Okay, that's lovely. Well, thank you, Cancer. I want you to know that I appreciate you and I love you, and I'll see you next week.